J, got them bees rocking. Press obey. Welcome to Straight Facts. I know you gon' feel it. All good vibes, so please save your opinions. See why I ain't here to judge, so don't be looking for a critic. Do this combos out of love and help to spread some recognition. We can talk about your favorite team and how they got you feeling. Overall growth and understanding is the mission. So just kick back and listen and analyze what's mentioned. You can even pull up next and share your thoughts. Come on, let's get it. Welcome to Straight Facts. Yeah. Welcome to Straight Facts, man. Hey.
Welcome to Straight Facts Podcast, episode 63. You know, this is a special occasion. I wanted to come across the bridge and grab another female guest that somebody I've seen been getting a lot of groundwork, a lot of attention around the area. Somebody I've been seeing getting it out the mud. Somebody who's still young, though. I want to bring to the show, Jada J.
Hey everybody, I'm Jada.
How you doing?
I'm feeling great. Just happy to be here.
Yeah, for sure. How's your day been going so far?
Chaotic.
Chaotic?
Yeah.
You said you've been with your family all day, so...
Yeah, I was with my family. I'm trying to get ready for a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get ready for the podcast today. I'm going to record a cipher, trying to make sure I got my verse good. It's a lot today.
For sure,
we busy today. We working.
Sure. So I appreciate you pulling up, man. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you that you got a busy schedule, so I appreciate you coming to the podcast.
Anytime.
All right.
Anytime.
Let's get into it.
I appreciate you for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely one of the ones people been sending to my inbox, so I'm definitely glad that we were able to sit down.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
Sure. Let's get into it though.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so tell me a little bit about where you grew up at. Even though you're still young, you know, tell me about your childhood and stuff like that. How you grew up.
In Augusta?
Okay.
Okay, so growing up in Augusta, I tell everybody, like, it wasn't bad for me.
For sure.
You know, I lived over there in Northview. You know, my mama, my daddy, my sisters, they from Southside, Burke County. So it wasn't bad for me. I lived over there in Northview. Once we left from Northview, we went to Apple Valley for about 2 years, you know, so I got to see that aspect of the hood and living like that, you know. And then, you know, we moved back over there, like, towards Evans area. So it wasn't really bad for me, you know, like, I tell everybody, every family got their struggles.
Exactly.
And, you know, but it wasn't really bad for me. I mean, it was fun.
2-parent household?
Yes, my mom and my dad.
Okay, let's talk about your parents a little bit and your siblings. Like, how was it growing up with your parents?
It was good for me. I love my mama, I love my daddy, like, but I am a daddy's girl. That's one thing that I can say. I'm a daddy's girl all the way down. But I love my mama too. But as I grow up and, you know, I grow into like my femininity and, you know, becoming more of a woman and stuff, I'm moving towards my mom, you know. But it was good for me, you know. The times that we went without, it was not, we never go out for too long.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The lights was out, they was right back on. You see what I'm saying? So it was never, you know, too bad for me.
What would you say some of the attributes that you got from your dad?
Loyalty. Loyalty, realness, standing on my principles and my morals.
Sure.
And you know another fun fact, rapping.
Oh yeah, okay, for real?
I got that from my dad
okay.
and my brothers.
Okay.
My dad was a rapper back in the day. He was in the rap group, yeah.
Wow. So let's talk about that a little bit, because I wanted to ask you, like, who was some of your inspirations to get into the music game and stuff like that? So it was Pops.
Yeah, it was my dad and my brothers. They both, Lil Hood and Trip. And my dad, I don't know my dad. I gotta ask him what was their rap group name.
Okay.
I just be always listening to their CD though.
For sure.
But yeah, it was really my brother and my dad, my brothers and my dad.
Okay.
Like, my brothers used to have a studio in the den. Yeah, and I used to be sneaking in there. It used to be like my brother, Brandon, Evan, Itchy.
Okay.
Itchy.
Yeah.
My other brother, it was just a lot of their friends. They had a studio in there, and when they was gone, I used to be sneaking in the studio. Yeah, and I used to be writing songs and stuff like that on my journal and taking it to them. They're like, man, you too young to rap. Girls don't be rapping.
Exactly.
But that led me to go onto YouTube and look up little girls rapping.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
and then like a lot of people always ask me, like, you know, who I look up to or who did I look up to growing up. It was like Mini Barbie, Young Lyric, the Tutu Girls, like Lotto. Like, I wanted to be like the little girls that was rapping right then.
For sure. There was some of your inspirations back then.
Yeah, I wanted to do it right then because they was doing it right then and I wanted to rap too.
For sure. So that's what's up, man. So, okay, so we're going to rewind a little bit, man. So we're going to talk about a little bit your childhood. Like, so what school did you attend around here?
So When I was in pre-K and kindergarten, I went to Rollins Elementary.
Okay.
Then I moved from 1st grade to 5th grade. I went to Gracewood Elementary.
Okay.
And then I went to C.T. Walker Magnet School. I got kicked out of C.T. Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I got kicked out of C.T. Walker, and then I went to Pine Hill for 7th and 8th grade, and then I just tested to go back to a magnet school, and I graduated from RCTCM.
Wow. So you went to a lot of what, private schools or military? Magnet schools.
Magnet schools, yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference with a magnet school and like a regular public school?
So with magnet schools, you have to test to get into them. It's more of like I don't want to say smarter, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
higher advanced,
for sure,
you know, like
for sure.
advanced classes and
Okay.
stuff like that, yeah.
Okay, so that's what's up, man. You know, you gotta give yourself a little credit for, you know what I'm saying, how you start, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so what was it anything else that you wanted to be before rap though, like coming up, like in school and stuff like that? Is it anything?
Yeah, currently I'm in college at Claflin University. I'm a political science major, mass communication minor.
Wow.
And I always wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow.
I still to this day want to be a lawyer. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you want to get into the political science lane?
Honestly, I can't even tell you. I used to, when I was younger, I wanted to do like criminal justice and stuff, you know, watching the show.
Yeah, Law and Order and all that.
Yeah, Law and Order and How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, for sure.
And doing like, you know, the little unsolved cases and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like I
sure.
always wanted to do like investigation,
Wow.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So you said being a lawyer now, that's something that you still want to kind of.
Yeah, that's still something that I'm pursuing at the moment. Like,
Okay.
I'm a junior right now at Claflin University.
Okay.
So, yeah, once I finish that, I'm gonna go on to law school.
Okay, that's what's up, man. See, because I want people to know more than that you're just a rapper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can show other girls that you could do more than just rap and be other things as well,
Right.
too. So.
And that's one of my main goals with my career too. Like, you know, achieving in all of the lanes that I want to do, not just rapping, but being a successful lawyer, and you know, I also want to do real estate. Like,
Wow.
you know, being in all of my lanes, trying to be successful in all of them, and showing young girls, like you said, like you can do more than just rap. You don't have to be just a rapper.
Facts, exactly. So, speaking of that though, we gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna get what we came here for. We're gonna talk about the music, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so what age did you first start like having that love and passion for music and seeing something that you can do long term?
I was about 15 years old, and this was when I was living in Apple Valley. I always tell people like I love Southside, but Apple Valley made me.
For sure.
I always say that because, you know, and people be like looking at me like, girl, Southside made you, but it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Apple Valley made me because that's when I was, you know, exploring myself and trying to see what I like, trying to figure out, you know, what I don't like at a young age, you know. So I was like 15 and I had made a song. I was writing songs and I had made a song called Incomplete. Finish what you started. And I told my sister, I'm like, I want to rap, let's go.
Okay.
I want to rap, let's go, I'm ready. Like, I had some songs that I did before, but that was the song I'm like, this a hit.
Okay, because that segues to my next question. I was going to ask, what was that first song that you say you was ready for, like to make a segue to other things, performances, and letting the people notice that you're ready?
That was my very first song. I did a song called Incomplete. I told my sister, I'm like, look, I want to rap. Let's go to the studio. And you know a funny story that a lot of people don't know. When I made that song, like I said, I was in Apple Valley. And you know in Apple Valley, it's like 2-3 studios. Everybody got an in-home studio.
For sure.
I went to the studio at my cousin's studio. And you know, I was going around singing the song around all the neighborhood, all the kids. Tell me what people was going to record my song at my cousin's studio.
That fast?
Yes.
That's crazy.
They was going to record my song acting like it was that song, going in there, finish what you started, finish what you started. And my cousin to call me and tell them like, I know this not your song because I know exactly what
facts,
my song
exactly,
is.
exactly.
Them not knowing that the producer was my cousin.
Exactly.
You see what
so
I'm
they tried to steal it early.
Yeah.
Wow,
and that's
crazy.
when I'm like, come on, we need to go to a real studio. I hit up my sister. I'm like, come on, we going to Kid and Cruise. Them the first 2 people to ever record me in Augusta, Kid and Cruise.
Okay, for sure. Shout out to them.
They recorded my very, very first song. And I told her, you know, I want the Rock Out Twins on it. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Rock Out Twins. You know Rakim?
Yeah, no Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim and my cousin Rock Out Corn and Rock Out AC. They was a very famous group right during that time too.
Okay.
So we was all like coming up together, and I told my sister like, I want them on my song.
Wow.
I don't know how, but I got out of school and my sister was like, who's the best sister in the world? I'm like, you are, what you did? She said, girl, I just found the Rock Out twins. They come to the studio with you tonight.
Wow.
Go home, take a shower, get dressed for the studio. We going to record the song.
Wow.
We did a live video with the song. It went crazy.
It did.
We was in the studio. We didn't even drop, like, we did a live video.
So y'all shot the video in the studio?
No, it was a live, like, you know how
Facts,
Facebook Live.
Yeah, and it shot up.
And it went crazy.
Wow.
I'm like, come on, I'm ready.
That's hard.
I'm ready. I want to keep going.
So I heard you singing it a little bit. What was the inspiration behind that song though? Like the title and everything. Like what was the inspiration behind it?
Like I said, you know, during that time I was like finding myself and, you know, finding out about like the different aspects and different characteristics of people, you know, basically just telling like friends, if we real friends, be real and finish what you started. If we having us a real relationship, you know, finish that relationship or be that same person that you claimed to be in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I always said the same thing since I was like 14 to 15.
Wow.
Yeah. Just telling people finish what you started.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's good for you to have that at a young age though, you know what I'm saying? So that let people know that they can work with you and you got that mindset already to be successful in this game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's up, man. So okay, so we're gonna get to the next one. We're gonna speed up a little bit though, because we want to talk about that major hit that you got that's out. What You Know About Me.
Right.
So let's talk about that a little bit. What was the inspiration behind that song, and did you think it would be so successful, like as quickly as it been?
Honestly, let me think. Where was I when I created What You Know About Me? I can't even tell you right now off the top of my head. Not lying. I do not know what I was doing or where I was at. I'm lying. Yes, I do. I was on, I did a remix to Glorilla Nut Quick. And I never dropped that remix. And I got so many remixes that I never dropped. So, I don't know, one night I was just on there listening to instrumentals, and I think I told like my sister and my cousin, like, hey, I'm finna do Augusta. I'm finna put on for my city. You see what I'm saying? And I think I don't want to say I seen them doing a challenge, or I just seen like everybody, it was a trend. Like everybody was doing like the remix and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, I'm finna put on for my city.
Facts.
And I feel like if I put this out right now, because I was finna drop my album. But I pushed my album back and I was like, you know what? I can't drop my album and then come drop something that's not my song, because you know it's Glorilla and Sexy Red song.
Facts.
So I'm like, I can't drop my album and then come and drop
somebody.
a remix.
Yeah, facts.
Nah, I said I'm starting to drop this and I'm finna let them build the momentum for what come behind, you know, and that's the album. You know what I'm
that was smart too. I like that. Okay, so I want to talk about the video. So y'all shot the music video in like a hair store or something, like how?
Yes.
Okay, what was the answer? I liked that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think most people like raw stuff they can relate to. You know what I'm saying? More than anything that's created and overly dramatic. So what was the inspiration behind getting into the hair store and shooting that video?
I'm gonna tell you the truth. God. I was journaling. I journal a lot. I love journaling. And I was finna do a music video for another song that's on the album, and it's called Automatic.
Okay.
I was finna shoot the video for Automatic, and I was just, you know, doing my journaling and doing my devotionals and stuff like that, and I prayed. And I'm like, God, give me direction if I should shoot the Automatic music video or if I should shoot the What You Know About Me music video. Because I was just going to drop that as a song because, again, it's not my song. You see what I'm saying? So I was just going to do that, drop it as a remix like everybody else do. I wasn't going to do no video. But I'm like, God, give me creative direction if I should do Automatic or if I should drop What You Know About Me. And I put this on Everything I Love right after I prayed House Though. Do What You Know About Me, do it in the house though. And that came right then.
Wow.
And I wrote it down, and I was everything that God was telling me to do, from the hair store to downtown, everything. I wrote it down right then.
Facts.
It's God.
Yeah, that's hard, man. I like that. I like the whole idea and how everybody came together and how your energy and everything on it. Because my first time seeing you, I think it was at True. You know what I'm saying? And I love your energy, how you perform and stuff like that. So I want to talk about that. Like, what's your favorite part about performing?
Just capturing the crowd attention. Because when I was younger, like when I was first starting out, I used to have shows or I used to go places and it was just like the crowd would be like, you know, and I feel like that's the tough part of performing that people don't talk about, like that you gotta go through that, and you know, even when you get big you may still go through that. So I was having to conquer, like accepting, like, you know,
it ain't gonna be perfect all the time.
Right. They ain't gonna always jump up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make them feel you. You see what I'm saying? You gotta make them wanna be like, okay.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's my I make it a challenge for myself to go in to every crowd, to get the crowd, you know, feeling it and listening. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my favorite part. Like once I conquer that crowd, I'm gonna go.
You got it then.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And my adrenaline rushing, I'm ready. Let's go.
I can see it too though. Like you can see the confidence and stuff start to build as a crowd build. Cause that, like I said, when I first seen you at Truth, I loved it. Like I feel like you had one of the best performances of the night.
Thank you so
You know what I'm
much.
saying? So I can tell everything that you just said is it definitely happens at every show. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Thank you
that
so
for sure.
much.
All right, we're gonna talk about social media a little bit. What do you think are the pros and cons of social media as far as like with what you trying to like your career with the rap career? Like what do you think are the pros and cons from social media?
The pros are definitely, being able to express my art, putting my art out there, letting it be seen. I don't care. I always say this, like, I don't care if it's 1 view, 10 views, 100 views, or 1,000 views. Like, somebody watching and you never know who's watching. So being able to put my art out there and get it out there and just, letting people see my work,
Exactly.
what I'm working on.
And experience it.
The cons are like ignoring the negative comments, ignoring the comparisons, ignoring the list, and like the different things that people try to put you in or try to squeeze you in certain categories and
Facts.
things like that. Just the negativity, but that comes with everything. Just being able to, grow and ignore it.
Exactly.
And,
And like you said, that's part of the whole process of getting
Yeah.
through it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably gonna get a lot of negativity with it, but negativity is any press is good press.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all about you just ignoring it and then moving on to the next
Yeah.
and just try to stay positive as you can.
and having, I say like I be trying to have that tunnel vision.
Yeah,
Put
exactly.
my eye in, you know what I'm saying? Just keep going, like,
Yeah,
blocking
facts.
out the things like that. But another con I want to say is like, when people create preconceived notions. When I feel like when somebody make a preconceived notion of you,
Yep.
and a lot of people try to like grasp onto that and like piggyback off that and try to paint a picture or portray you to be somebody that you're not. That's one of the biggest things for me. Like that's one of the biggest cons for me, because it's like if I know I'm not this type of person that people trying to portray me to be, that's one of the hardest things that I still to this day have to try to like ignore.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Because you know who you really are, like
Right.
deep down. You know what I'm saying? And one thing, I sorry to cut you off too,
You okay.
but I see you like you talk about God a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Because I did my research or whatnot. So I want to ask you, like, how important is God like to you, like as far as your career, life, family, and all that?
Everything to me. Everything to me. Every day I wake up, I seek first the kingdom. I'm currently working on a book right now called According to Your Faith, my very own devotional journal. Like,
Wow.
I love God. And you know what I'm saying? Like just sacrificing and just walking in His will for my life and not my own. Because I used to try to do it by myself. You see what I'm saying? I used to try to be like, I got it. I don't need nobody else. I got me. I know the plans that I got for me. I know the desires that I have for my life, but you can't do that.
Exactly.
I don't know. It was like a quote that I seen one time, and it was like a quote. I don't know if it was a Bible verse or somebody just made up the quote, but it was like from God. It was like, do it again, but this time do it with me. So I had dropped a EP before, and I'm be honest, I didn't do it with God.
Oh, for
Like
real?
I wasn't asking for creative direction. It wasn't that important to me. I was just young and I was just growing up. But now as I'm growing up and I'm seeing like God is in everything. that I do.
Facts.
Everything.
And you need him for everything.
Everything, even if it's the smallest thing, because I know if I build anything outside of God, I got to stay outside of God to maintain it.
Facts,
You know what I'm
facts,
saying? So I
exactly.
put him in everything I do.
For sure.
Even if when it comes to making the smallest decisions, like, God, with this outfit today, I was wearing a whole different outfit.
Yeah.
And, yes, and I'm just like, God, help me. You see what I'm saying? And I was watching a sermon, and it was just like, God can pick out things for your life better than you can, way better than you can. And I was so adamant on wearing this one outfit here. And I was like, God, why are you telling me to put on this other outfit? Why are you telling me to? And then when I put it together, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. It look more business, like,
Yeah.
a lot of stuff, like everything makes a difference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we'll have a certain plan, but God will set you on a whole nother path. You'll
Right.
get to that plan, but He gonna put you through something else first. So yeah, He got you looking right, man. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
I'm like, you know what? Okay, God, cause that was quick right
Yeah,
there.
for sure. So I just wanted you to touch on that a little bit, man, because like I said, you're very young, and I love that you know what I'm saying, got God in your life, and you got a lot of girls and stuff looking up to you, so I definitely wanted you to touch on that. So I appreciate that.
God, keep God in mind.
Facts first. Okay, so I want to talk about the female rappers in Augusta. Like, how do you think it is now? Like, do you think like Augusta got it now, as far as the female rap game? Because I wanted to talk about that all female cipher that you got coming up too.
Okay. I honestly feel like Augusta been had it. I feel like Augusta been had it. I feel like if we would have been doing what we would have did, we would have been in a spotlight like how Memphis or Atlanta. You see what I'm saying? But you know, we live and we learn. Everything happens for a reason. It wasn't our time. But I feel like now,
that's why I said it's all about perfect timing.
Yeah, and I feel like now when it comes to Augusta female rappers, I think this some hours.
Yeah, this it's a lot of talent in Augusta, and that's why I've been like my last 10 interviews been all female like artists. Yeah. Cause there's so much talent over here, and y'all are some of the ones that's been like mentioned to me in DMs and stuff. So and all y'all got different styles, but it's hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you think it's ready? It's time for Augusta?
Yeah, I believe if we continue to work together. It's not hard. It's not easy for females.
I already know.
It's not. But I feel like everybody on the level where I don't know. I feel like everybody got that same mindset where it's like, come on. I don't care what we got to put to the side. I don't care what differences we got to put to the side. I don't care what I got to go overlook. Let's work.
Exactly. And that's the same thing. Taz, shout out Tasmania.
Shout out to Taz. I love Taz.
Yeah, she said the same thing when I interviewed her. So let's talk about that all female cipher. That's the one Taz.
Yes, Taz orchestrated this. Like Taz pulled this together. I can't tell you every female name on it.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay, for sure.
Cause we done had. I mean, it was getting changed. Like we was putting in different groups. Some people got added. Some people got. But I just want to say shout out to all the females on the cipher. Shout out to all the females rapping in Augusta.
Facts. Is it a certain date that is coming up that you want to promote about it? The female, all female cipher.
We actually going to record tonight.
Oh, y'all going tonight to do it?
We're going to record tonight at 8:30.
Okay.
And I believe AD made the beat. So shout out to AD too for giving up.
AD got the sauce.
AD got the sauce. Yeah, AD made the beat for the cipher. So we're going down there to record it tonight at 8:30.
Okay.
I'm excited.
You excited about it?
Yeah, I'm excited. The theme and everything we got for the video.
For sure.
Excited.
I love that though, man. I love to see the females coming together, man.
Me too.
Because all y'all fire, man. And like you said, it's just, I don't know if it'd be a lot of outside noise that create a lot of space between y'all. Just he say, she say stuff. But I'm glad y'all starting to get over that, man, and come together.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I try to like ignore, because somebody will tell you something about somebody and it would be a whole they don't even be nothing how they act or nothing. So I always try to get my own perspective of people or get my own viewpoint before I make any decisions on like how I want to move with you. You see what I'm saying?
A lot of times you can miss your blessings like that too.
Definitely.
Somebody will tell you about somebody, but it's from their point of view. It might be something they did.
You see what I'm saying? But they won't never tell you the whole story. So I always try to get to know everybody, give everybody that open opportunity to show me who they is.
For sure. Yeah. Shout out to that too, man. All right, so we want to talk about your album. You got an album coming up?
Yes, I'm currently working on my album. It's called I'm Not MIA. The songs on the album go back to like 2 to 3 years.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just trying to take my time with it. Allowing God to make it all come together, getting that creative direction from God. But I'm so excited.
For sure. Okay, so what's the inspiration behind the name? I am MIA?
No, I'm not MIA.
I'm not MIA.
Yeah, I'm not MIA. I be feeling like it always take me a little bit longer. You feel me? Like I may do a video and then I like it'll probably look as if I'm going ghost. And then I come back. And then it's like, but that's scary when you in the rap game, because one of the biggest things these days is consistency. Yes. So, with the name, it's just, I'm not MIA. I'm working behind the scenes. I'm coming. Yeah.
Let them folks know you here.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm here to stay.
For sure.
And it's just like, I'm not MIA. I'm always working. despite whatever it may seem or how it may look, how many breaks it may look like I'm taking. I'm not MIA, I'm always working.
But see, that's why I like the podcast, because you know what I'm saying, you got a lot of other stuff that you're doing. You going to school, you know what I'm saying, you got family and all type of stuff going on. So a lot of times your fans get to see this and they know that, okay, so she ain't MIA, she got a lot of other stuff she doing too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and you let them know, don't just get tunnel vision into one lane. So, you know, I like the whole idea and the mindset around that name too.
You do?
For sure, yeah, I like that.
So
I like
good,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so can you talk about some of the features that you got on the album? Like any?
Ooh. I want to see if I want to put this out there yet.
Okay, we could wait on it now, because I know.
Okay, one of the features, one of the biggest features that I got right now that I love this song, BHM Peasy.
Okay.
You know him from?
Yeah, I heard him. Yep.
BHM Peasy. Me and BHM Peasy got a song. And that was one of the other things that I let God lead me through. That's one of the best songs. I feel like that's one of the best songs on the album.
Oh, for real?
I love that song. I love BHM Peasy.
Okay.
I want to give him a shout out right fast, because everybody always be like, girl, how did you get in contact with him? Like, who did you contact? I DM'd him.
He was humble.
So humble. I DM'd him and he like, come on. Like, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? We handle the business aspect of it. But other than that, it was like, I sent him the song and I'm like, look, I sent you the song, but I don't think I like how it sounds. Yeah, I don't think I feel like it could be way better. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I'm like, you know, I come to Atlanta and I come, you know, we can record it together. When you go put your part on there, we can go record.
I like that.
Do you know this man gave me his engineer, his personal engineer, gave me his studio people. Shout out to Spacey, shout out to Cater, and shout out to Kesey up there in Atlanta. He gave me his producer.
Wow.
No charge. He wasn't on no gatekeeping.
You know that's rare.
Rare. Very. So I want to give a huge shout out to him, because people ain't doing it like that. You know, people gatekeep, and that's one of the best sounds that my music ever. I done been back up like 5 or 6 times ever since, and I done created my own like relationship with these producers and these engineers.
Wow.
Like, yeah, so I want to give him a huge shout out for, you know, connecting me with them, because people not doing that.
I'm telling you, man. So shout out to his humility, man, and you know what I'm saying, the network you in with his people.
Right.
And that might lead you to a whole new sound and a whole new fan base.
Yes, literally. Like, I'm telling you, that sound and everything, like the vibes, no negativity, like
that's fire.
Yeah.
That's
people ain't doing it like that.
I'm telling you. All right, so I got a couple more questions for you, man.
Yeah.
So is it a single that you working on from the album?
Yes. So currently, that's the thing we working on. We trying to see if I want to push. Like, I got so many.
Yeah, you got a song to choose from.
Yeah, I got so many songs to choose from. So I'm trying to see, you know, what you know about me was, you know, I'm indecisive if I want to put that on.
On the album?
Yeah, because it's not mine.
I mean, yeah. But it is an Augusta song, though. But
yeah.
I mean, I get you.
And I feel like it's gonna always be a staple in my career.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
But that was the first one.
I would do it.
And then I got another song called Horses. Hold Your Horses. I did that on the Off the Charts podcast. Shout out to them.
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to Justice Smith. Shout out to that boy Funny.
Facts.
Yeah. So I got a song called Horses. Automatic. It's a lot.
Okay.
And we just trying to figure out perfect timing right now. I got another song called Rock too.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just trying to.
The dates, you got a date for the album?
No.
Okay, so all that's still processing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We done pushed it back like 3 times.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
But I think you, like you said, I think you did it the right way by dropping that song first, and then like letting these folks like warm up until that album. Like they're gonna be anticipated. So. Right,
and I think I want to do like one more single, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give it to them.
Go ahead and give it to them.
But let me get back to these features though. One more feature that I wanna,
let's do it.
I want to give a shout out to YWMZ. Should I just tell all my features?
I mean, you can if you want to.
YWMZ. OME Justo. I have 1JB, BHM Peasy, and that's all I'm gonna give.
Okay, all right.
But so, shout out to all them in YWMZ.
Yeah.
The 6 shout, I'm gonna give a shout out to them.
For sure, man. Shout out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming on, you helping you with your album and stuff like that. So
very appreciated.
It sounds like it's gonna be a good album.
Yeah.
For sure, for
I'm
sure.
gonna let you hear some.
Oh yeah, all right, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
send me some of that for real.
I got you.
All right, so we're gonna let you get on out of here. But is it any shout outs and stuff that you wanna give out, man, to your people or fans or?
Yes, I want to give a shout out to all of my supporters.
Sure.
I want to give a shout out to my team, to Lisa and Taylor. None of this would be possible without you guys. I want to give a huge shout out to y'all. I want to give a huge shout out to a platform that's being built right now in Augusta. It's called the Arts Official. I love what they're bringing to the city.
For real.
They had some auditions. We did auditions. The quality, they like recorded the auditions. The quality looked like a movie. And I'm not lying. Like, the quality looked like a movie.
Wow.
They're bringing Hanging Mike. They're opening up a studio tomorrow. I'm going to be performing at their grand opening. We're going to start promoting that. I believe tonight. We're waiting on the final flyer.
Okay.
But they have, you ever seen like the Genius, like where you go in there and explain your lyrics? They have the arts and the lyrics, arts and the lyrics.
That's hard. I like that, man.
Yes, they're bringing that to Augusta. They're bringing the Hanging Mike music videos. They're bringing their own recording studio, and it's all, their slogan is building the city within the city.
That's fire.
And I'm telling you, they doing it.
Because all the stuff they doing is the things that's getting noticed on Instagram, the hanging mics and the Genius type interviews.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, going on there and displaying your lyrics and, you know, and that's what we need in Augusta. We need those platforms and those things to help build our film base within the city. So I love. I want to give a huge shout out to them, the Arts Official. If you're not already, please go and follow them because they're doing great.
That's hard. I like that.
I love them. I connect you with them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, and I definitely be at your grand opening and stuff like that.
Yes.
Just sending me the stuff and I help promote it or whatnot.
Definitely.
Because it sound like they for the people.
Yes, they do, and they're not just for artists, like influencers, content creators, all of the above. Like I'm telling you, they
skits
doing
and stuff like that.
Everything.
Wow.
They doing the thing.
Yeah, shout out to them though. For real.
Shout out to them. Huge shout out to them.
For sure.
And then I want to give a shout out to all the artists in Augusta, in the CSRA area. Doing your thing. Keep going. I just want to say, keep guiding whatever you do. Keep going. Stay consistent, and remember why you're doing it. Just stay real to you and your morals and your principles that you have. Exactly. And shout out to you for bringing me on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love this. I'm having fun.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. I'm telling you. Lucky we ain't got nothing to drink, but we definitely be out here for hours.
I'm telling you,
So we definitely have to do a part 2, man.
Whenever you're ready.
Especially, really after your album drop and stuff.
I was just finna say we could do it as a part of my rollout.
And I'll be at Freaknik too, so.
Oh, yes. How could I forget?
Gotta talk about that.
How could I forget? I'm so sorry. Shout out to Moses.
Facts.
Shout out to Moses.
Yeah.
Aisha.
Yeah, Aisha knew.
Shout out to Aisha. Shout out to Moses. Shout out to everybody that played a part in this Freaknik. This is one of the biggest events in the CSRA. I am stoked to be a part. Like I am.
Cause you performing.
Yes. I'm performing. I'm bringing special guests. I'm not going to tell the special guests yet. But I'm bringing out special guests. I'm trying to do a production. Yeah, I want my set to be like a production. I want it to be like as if I'm at Rolling Loud.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, I just want it to be big. I want to have fun. I want everybody to, have fun. I'm looking forward to everybody's performances. He got some big people coming.
He do.
Rich Kids, Pluto, Trap Dicky, Flyer. He got some people coming. Shout out to everybody that's performing on the flyer too. I believe is Drip Man Show, Benny, Deja Cooper, Cammy Got Bars, Lou Maine, and me.
Yep, facts.
Shout out to everybody. I'm so excited for
exactly,
everybody. Like, this is a huge opportunity. You see how many people was there last year?
Exactly. So it's gonna be.
It's gonna be so much bigger. I say like 20, 15.
Oh
20.
yeah.
What you think? How many people? Last year
about 10 to 15.
Yeah, like 10 to 15.
10 to 15,000. Yeah, that's but because it's a good thing for the city, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like you got 6 good artists from the city.
Definitely. That's
performing. You know what I'm saying? And Rich Kids, all them coming, so y'all can network with them. And you never know what can come from it.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to Moses, man.
Shout out to them for that event, yeah.
For sure. So yeah, we'll definitely be at Freaknik coming up. Any other things coming up that you got that you want to announce? that you working on or
Just working on the
performances?
album. I have a performance tomorrow at the Arts Official grand opening. That's going to be from 10 to 2. Be on the lookout for that on my Instagram. I have the all-female cipher coming up with Taz. I'm looking forward to that video. We got a good theme. We got a good theme for that. Yeah. But I ain't gonna spill the beans because that ain't mine. That ain't my stuff.
For sure.
Oh, and shout out to Taz. She has an all-female project coming out that I'm featured on too. I look forward to that song dropping. I love
Taz hard, man.
I love Taz. She working.
She hard.
Shout out to Taz. Shout out to Shay Shay Too Hot too.
Facts. That's my girl. Yeah. Shout out Shay Shay, man. Shout out to all them. Shout out to all the female rappers.
All the female rappers. If I could go on and say all their names,
it's a lot.
I would. Shout out to all female rappers though.
It's a lot.
I fuck with everybody campaign.
Facts. So thank you for coming on the show.
No problem.
And hopefully we can do a part 2 after the album, do a little recap, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we'll have a little footage from Freak Week and all that stuff
all
too.
Day, yeah.
So thank you for coming on Straight Facts Podcast.
I want to say thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So we'll see y'all again next week on Straight Facts Podcast, episode 63 with Jada J, one of the best artists in the city.
Thank you.
And we'll be back. This your host CYTV, and we out.
See y'all later.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was so good.